Yo yo, well going everyone. Final chapter of 2024, eh? Let's see. Making sure everything is Gucci. I should put this up a bit. Or... yeah. I think we are Gucci. Anyway, yeah man, well going everyone. So, chapter 17 of Boruto Two Blue Vortex, the final chapter for 2024 is here. And yeah, as per usual, just not too long reach home from work. Don't know how it's set. Shout out to those of you that'll be joining, well, who will probably be joining late or seeing this video / stream after the fact. But I'm pretty sure everybody has read the chapter as per usual. So yeah. Alright, I think we are for the most part good to go. Chapter 17. You know, funny enough with this chapter, like my coworker was saying, like, yo, no, what does she have? What does she have on? You know? I'm like, yo, dog, it's modern times, you know? So, you know, it's funny that I say that because, you know, Boruto is very heavy on the modern times. Wait, David Akadi? I mean, we're just about to start, so I wouldn't say early. I think you're on time, so to speak. Alright, so since most persons I'm sure have read the chapter, let me just adjust myself here. Look a bit to the left. And let's get into it. Everything looks fine, I believe. You guys can hear me loud and clear, I hope. Oh yeah, I was supposed to make a post about said stream, so let me just do that and then get into it. Let's see. The final chapter of Boruto Two Blue Vortex for 2024. Let's see if we end on a bang. Yeah. It's a loud and clear. Alright. Just want to make sure for the most part. I'm gonna submit this post on the community tab. Definitely, you know, share it out, the usual jazz and blues. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Boom boom. Alright, tackle it. Alright, so yeah, I was just making a comment in terms of the cover. I was telling my coworker like, yo, modern times no, but not from the perspective of, you know, like real life modern times, but the fact that from the Boruto perspective, like compared to Naruto's day, like the fashion statement and all that jazz and blues. And I think that was even talked about even in the recent interview that Kishimoto and Ikimoto did. So yeah, but anyway, chapter 17, Wild Beast Cubs. Let's get into it. So you might want to try putting yourself in Boruto's shoes. And Sarada there thinking back on it. Do you really think he likes having to keep things from us? Has there been even a moment when you've reflected on his pain? And not just Boruto's feelings, but mine too. Come on, Sarada, you're distracted. Anyway, when you were in front of me, did you think about my feelings at all? Even just a little bit? And alright, Mitsuki noticing. Sarada's not, you know, not focused. Alright. According to the trees, Boruto himself placed the toad here, so he was definitely here. What trees? This is a desert. They're everywhere, even deep below ground. By using the trees' voices to track him, we'll be sure to run into Boruto, or perhaps his accomplice. Those two definitely came here to pursue Boruto. And from the way she talks, Matsuri does seem to have sensory type abilities. So So it might be a matter of when, not if she catches on to us. Alright. Okay, everything's lined up with our intel so far. Are you all ready? I like that little panel here of Sarada. Hold on, let me... Hold on. Let me capture cursor, so at least I have a pointing device. Alright, yeah, so continuing. What's going on, Sarada? Are you alright? Oh, sorry. I'll focus, I promise. Master Konohamaru. So if we take Ryu down and get a hold of his thorn bulb, we can bring Shinki back? Apparently, if our intel is correct. We're operating on that premise, at least. I swear to do my best. Yodo, I beg you, please don't do anything reckless. Quit telling me what to do, Araya. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to rescue Shinki. Yodo! I told you to shut it, or else I'll shut you up. Stop it, you two. The last thing we need is you fighting. Sorry, we're always like this. It won't affect the mission. Yeesh. Just to be safe, I'll ask again. Do all of you understand the plan? Yes, sir. Though I wonder if it'll really work. Yeah, I mean, me too, because, again, like... the major concern a lot of us have had from before the time skip, right? Like, outside of, like, select characters like Boruto, Kawaki, was, like, how were other characters going to keep up, you know? How are they going to level up and it not be an ass pull? So I'm curious to see how this mission is going to play out. Provided that Kashin Koji already saw the future and sent them, then, well, one of the possible futures, right? Let's put it like that. Then there must be something in terms of their abilities that's gonna get them the win. So let's see. She talked to trees, apparently. Anyway, don't you start now. We've come too far not to proceed. Let's go. Alright. Madam does a Madam does a walk in, Jano. You two over there. Who are you? What are you doing here? Elda. Ninja approaching. And then Matsuri, of course, because Konohamaru is her target. Sarutobi, Konohamaru. We are Konoha Shinobi. We've been following the rebel Boruto's trail. What about you? It seems like they don't know who we are. So what's the plan, Elder Matsu? Well, I'm turning this down. I don't want it to be clipping in you guys' ears. Is this? Could it be Kakarot? A rare Konohamaru W? Yes, sir, Elder. Was wet off your no. I'm feeling a bit off. You do the talking, Ryu. Huh? I never expected anything like this. Listen, Konohamaru, your mission isn't just to take the divine trees down. It's crucial that you collect their thorn bulbs. Thorn bulbs? I believe you've seen one. It's the thing that appeared when Hidari was defeated. Oh, that. If we return them to their trees, we can bring Moega and Shinki back. For real? The intel is solid. Matsuri's thorn bulb will restore Moegi. And Ryu's Shinki's. Okay. Conversely, if we don't retrieve those thorn bulbs, Matsuri and Ryu will keep resurrecting. In short, fighting them is useless if we can't take their thorn bulbs. After Boruto defeated him, Hidari's thorn bulb flew off somewhere. Are you saying Hidari is back among the living? It's likely. So the gist of our mission is to subdue the divine trees and collect their thorn bulbs, correct? But Lord 8, how do you come by this intel? Its veracity aside, this is way more information than what we gleaned from Boruto's interrogation. Sorry, Konohamaru, but that's beyond your clearance. I judge the accuracy of any intel, and how much of it to disclose. You have a problem with that? No. Of course, Kashin Koji there, observing. yeah, rare Konohamaru dub. Rare, very rare. Anyway, regarding your mission, I have a particular strategy in mind for how to fight them based on the intel. Okay, let's hear it. The divine trees are monsters possessing high combat abilities, and they each have targets, such as you and Sarada, who they seek to devour. So naturally, well, I guess devour has a little different context when it comes on to Konohamaru right now, right? Anyway, so naturally we have no choice but to consider them foes and confront them. Yet, this antagonistic relationship is relative. There is no conclusive evidence that these divine trees are intrinsically evil. So there's nuance there, naturally. What I'm trying to say is that, in my personal opinion, they seem similar to newly born offspring of wild beasts. Wild beasts? Cubs? I don't think they have true evil intent, at least for the time being. They are merely animals that react on instinct. But because they have dangerous strength, they pose a great threat to us humans. Then it doesn't change the fact that they're foes that we need to defeat, right? Where are you going with this? Friends, Konohamaru. Become friends with them. Alright. If nothing else, Konohamaru, you must have learned the talk no jutsu from Naruto. Let's go. If nothing else, yo, they should have steal Naruto. This is what where Naruto will come and shine, even though his strength might not be where it needs to be to necessarily like beat someone like Jura. But I'm just saying, if we're becoming friends with them, some talk no jutsu seems like it would be very appropriate. Oh my god. What? Win them over. Tame him while these wild beasts are still innocent cobblings, and then betray them. Did your heart reel just now? Don't allow it to. This is a perfect plan. If you truly consider them nothing but foes, get them to drop their guards so you can kill them. Naruto probably wouldn't take this route, exactly, but I'm not him. I propose this tactic to get rid of these superhuman monsters for the survival of humankind. Alright, that's going to be interesting, fam. Why I think this is interesting, right, is because I think this is not necessarily a callback, but it's very reminiscent of some of the themes of OG Naruto, where it's like our shinobis just ruthless machines, ruthless killers that shouldn't really operate with no emotions and get the mission done for whoever is hiring them? Or should there be nuance there? I'm kind of thinking back to the nuance and the conversations and the whole dynamic between, like, from the Land of Waves arc, right? Like between Zabuza and Naruto. Even the conversation that Naruto, you know, had, or his monologue basically that he had that caused Zabuza to cry. So it's going to be interesting. It kind of feels like we're playing on some of those reminiscent themes. So I think this is interesting. Anyway, I am Commander Konohamaru. These two are Sarada and Mitsuki. The only thing though is I would imagine that intel between the evolved divine trees should be shared. So Matsuri and Ryu probably should have Hidari's old intel, unless Hidari's memories have been reset. So I'm imagining Matsuri and Ryu should be aware of that Sarada was on the field fighting Hidari at one point. So I'm kind of curious about that too. Anyway, and you? I am Ryu, and this is Elder Matsuri. You okay? You really seem off. I don't know. Ryu and Matsuri, eh? Nice to meet you. Come on, dog. Like, I mean, like, I know they don't really use the abilities of the Rinnegan, but I mean, like from as a viewer looking in, like, oh, dog, they don't know who we are. We're just we're random people with Rinnegan and everything. We're totally normal. No, it's just the perspective. Like, if I'm looking at it from a comedic perspective, like, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, you've been searching for Boruto too. Then our goals are the same. We're looking for him also. We'd love to join forces. Well, Elder, sure, I guess. This toad is a spy used by both Boruto and his accomplice. We need to investigate what it was doing here. Master, I found a piece of metal. It might be one that Boruto uses for teleportation. For reals? We might find other clues. Why don't we comb the area? Let's split up. Sarada, Mitsuki, you check over there. Roger. You're Matsuri, right? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? I'm having... I don't know, but that's why this funny. I'm having trouble breathing. Why? What's wrong with me? Ryu, we found other stuff that might be Boruto's over that way too. For reals? Maybe he's still in the vicinity. Or other comrades are waiting near there. Let's go to them. I'll introduce you. But Elder Matsuri's, don't worry, we've got this SWAT covered. Leave it to us. See? Master has things under control. Come. Phew, what a relief. You Konoha Ninja are seriously nice peeps. Just like I was told. Huh? Elder Jura's full of respect for you. Oh, he's our boss, man. We don't know. This is for reals. Yeah, that's gonna be the catchphrase, obviously, for Ryu. This is interesting. Like, very interesting, very engaging, I would say. Not something I expected in terms of the dynamic, because I thought it would be like, okay, we're just gonna hit them hard and fast, and then probably Boruto will show up, or, you know, something like that. But this Shikamaru, it's very interesting. Anyway, you know, honestly, I'd be intending to slaughter any ninja I ran into, so I'm glad we spoke first. Ah, gee, don't say stuff like that. Anyway, hang in there, Shinki. And Konohamaru, there's a reason I picked you for this mission, huh? Do you know why you're Matsuri's target? It's cause she bears romantic feelings towards you. Wait, what? Although it seems Matsuri herself is not aware of this, or rather, she has no idea what the emotion she's feeling is. So this plan may put her in a state of turmoil. If it does, that will likely give us a favorable edge. Isn't that a bit much? I told you, be heartless. Divine trees are our enemy. According to our intel, either Matsuri or Ryu will show up. Worst case, the two of them together. Facing both at the same time will not go well for us. So you'll need to find a way to separate them as amicably as possible. Take charge of the situation. Okay, cool. So again, it goes back to what I was saying before at the start. There's my concern in terms of how would they actually fight these persons, because I don't think any, well, probably for the exception of Mitsuki right now, I don't think anybody on the team is really that comparable to these guys. So the fact that they're confirming it and going about it in a very nuanced, strategic, I dare say engaging and unexpected way, while also I would say calling back to the themes of, you know, how should ninja operate, like that whole, for lack of a better term or expression, like should it be like machine or should it be like nuance? I would dare even go further to say it even goes back to the whole conversation between, like, say, Obito and Kakashi, like those who follow the rules versus those who abandon their friends. Like, below the surface of that whole, you know, clash of ideology there is how should ninja operate on the field, you know? So it kind of goes back to that. There's that through line, which I like. The Sarada don't play is crazy. Man, like, I think I said the last stream. Until we get her Mangekyo Sharingan, like, and her ability that goes along with it, I don't think I'm that impressed with Sarada so far, honestly. Like, she seems okay, but yeah. I'm just being honest. That's my take, honestly. Anyway. Alright, so back to Konohamaru here. You look like you need a break. Wanna sit somewhere and talk? Hey, the doujin artists are cooking with this one. Anyway, so sitting well. Are you feeling any better? I don't know. This just isn't like me. You sure about that? I don't think it's necessarily weird for you to get this way, you know? Alright. Ada, I want to know what's happening in Sand. Can you take a look right now? What about that geezer? Mamushi should be at their base. No chance of him seeing you. You better not be wrong. Alright. Yo, I'm not like this right here, this look clean. Like Koji just bruh, and then Boruto like me there. Yo, this look clean, man. Nah, like it's going well so far, or at least they've succeeded in separating them. What happens next? Konohamaru's keeping Matsuri occupied. Ideally, Sarada and other three will take Ryu down first, then rendezvous with Konohamaru and defeat Matsuri together. What's the chance they fail, percentage-wise? Not that high. Okay. Don't lie to me, I asked you for a number. Either way, you're not to go, Boruto. Just like with Himawari leaving Konoha, if you were to take part in this battle, Jura would make a move. And if that happens, you will die this time. You're the one thing we cannot lose. Alright, Jura in Konoha, the library. Listen, I'm gonna say it already and I'll say it again. Yo, Jura, Ichiraku Ramen Stand, make it happen, please. Yo, honestly, that need for go on. The Ichiraku Ramen Stand, make Jura get a taste of the culture, literally. Yo. Alright. Intruder alert. Tracker data match. It's Jura. He's currently inside a bookstore in Sector C. Ignore him. Leave him alone. Don't evacuate any civilians either. And relate to all the personnel that they are not to engage. But what is not this? Where does the Ten Tails get money? Did he rob a bank or something? Like, where? I got questions, fam. Where try the man get money from? Did Ishiki have a secret stash from selling all the Ishiki wine? Like, one safe where him could have access? Like, we didn't even know. Anyway, hold the change. It's an advance to be applied to my future purchases. As you wish. I look forward to seeing you again, sir. Sorry, dog. We can't take the chapter seriously. Like, this is like too ridiculous now. Need the Ichiraku Ramen Stand. Make it happen. Anyway, Amado. Alright. Wait, Bio, William, Wagwan. Alright, so Amado, yeah, Kawaki. Taking the cigarette. Man say, yo! I thought you might be dropping by. I've got tons I want to say to you, but first, you're gonna draw out all of my powers to their fullest extent. And there we go. The final chapter for Boruto Two Blue Vortex 2024. And I must say, a very engaging, very fun chapter, I would say, if you have like a sense of humor. Because I mean, come on, dog. I mean, where does Jura get money from, dog? Like, you know, it'd be funny, like, if Kishi and Ikimoto did like cover stories like One Piece, if that was a thing, if they could do like a cover story series with Jura just doing some odd jobs to get money or something, that would be fun. That would be fun. Oh god. But all in all, I thought not like I wouldn't say this is a hype chapter, but I think it's a fun chapter, honestly speaking. And I think nuance is the name of the game when it comes on to, you know, these antagonists, right? Because I mean, it's been established since, you know, the early days of the Shinju evolving and them making their appearance since I think chapter 4, give or take, that, you know, and they reconfirm it in this chapter that they're like newborns. They're trying to figure out their sense of self, their identity. They're growing, they're taking in information and trying to, you know, find their own unique place in the world. So for the most part, as it stands right now, as Shikamaru also said, is that they're not necessarily like full-on antagonistic, but there is still a huge security risk with them. So that is the thing. So because of that, I think this is the first chapter that kind of full-blown puts it in your face that, yo, these antagonists, it's going to be a bit different dealing with them. And because of their nature, there is the opportunity, especially with Shikamaru's plan right now, for there to be some emotional investment from, if not us the audience, from our heroes, so to speak. And then I guess by extension we would get emotionally invested too, which would of course up the engagement in the story, because yo, right now Konohamaru looking like the man. And I guess by extension that would imply that Moegi would have feelings for Konohamaru, so it's going to be interesting. Interesting as well. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I just was not expecting that, honestly. So with all that being said, and you know, the whole point I'm making of what it means to operate as a ninja on the field, especially if we're bringing back those conflicting themes of, you know, following the rules versus not abandoning your friends. I'm just saying that as a placeholder. You know, you get the point. Like, if we were to dig deeper into it in terms of what that statement or that conflict or clash of ideologies really means and apply to the modern age, that's what we're really getting here. And bro, I think it's pretty cool. All in all, I think it's a solid way to end Boruto 2024. I thought we'd be getting Waker in 2024. I know, right? I mean, by proxy, honestly, by proxy. Boy, jeez, bees. This is, this is good. This is good. But I'm kind of curious as well that I'm wondering if a character is supposed to die here for the sake of the mission success, because Caution Clean Koji, let me scroll back down, didn't give Boruto a percentage of failure. So I'm kind of starting to assume or theorize if one or two characters are supposed to die for the success of the mission. Because even though Caution Koji is talking like, yo, you know, they'll take down Ryu without issue, really and truly, and then they'll rendezvous and they'll take down Matsuri. It is no pressure. But the fact that they didn't give a percentage, I think it again backs up my concerns in terms of these characters just not being on that level. It's more or less implied through the conversation between Shikamaru and Konohamaru as well. So yeah, I don't think I'm wrong there, naturally. So that's the thing. No, yo, this look clean. You gotta admit, this look clean. Sorry. So, but yeah, the fact that he didn't give like a percentage, I think Caution Koji might be hiding just a bit of the truth here from Boruto, essentially. So that's cool. I do love the fact, I mean, we already established the fact that Jura would have been, you know, coming to the village. And the fact that even Ryu is saying, like, Jura has, you know, like, high praises for, like, Konoha and the ninja in general. Like, I think that's very telling, man, honestly. But I think it kind of comes down, because I was thinking yesterday, right, that I wanted to do a discussion video regarding the final villains of Boruto Two Blue Vortex, because... and I'm hoping to drop that. I'm hoping I don't be lazy and actually put that video together for the weekend in terms of my thoughts. But given the nature of these characters, I don't think they will be the final villains. And we'll have like... and I don't think it'll be Code either. But we'll talk more about that in that video. But due to the nature of it, how these characters are positioned right now, yeah, I think somebody else, or maybe a pair of characters, will be coming to, you know, be the final villains of Two Blue Vortex. I mean, funny enough, I don't even think Two Blue Vortex from a name or marketing standpoint will be like the final thing in the Naruto universe chronologically. I think it'll be like a final series, like, I don't know, Boruto GT, or just argument's sake, or, you know, Boruto the final something. So that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, but Jura being in the village, I think it is very comedic, if I do say, in a good way. And you know, they say like sometimes maybe logic is one thing, but you'll probably remember how a story or a person made you feel. And I mean, the fact that this is just so comedic to me, it's definitely like stamping a place in my brain. It's like, yo, I gotta remember this. I gotta remember, say, the 10 tails, the main body of the 10 tails evolved and is paying for books in Konoha. Like, it's just so stupid. But given the context of the story, it makes sense. But like, just like at first thought, like, could you imagine back in Naruto days, like during the 4th year Ninja War, like somebody coming from the future is like, Yoda, you know, in the future, like the 10 tails is going to evolve, like a new 10 tails is going to evolve into like a humanoid, and he's going to be like buying books and all of that. Like, bruh, listen, Kishi, I can't emphasize this enough. I need Jura at the ramen stand. Please. Please. Jesus, peace. Honestly. Yeah, if we don't get Jura at the ramen stand, it's the biggest disappointment for 2025. Honestly. Because I'm sure if we don't get it, and then I'm sure if it was a One Piece, we would get Jura at the ramen stand. we'd probably get Jura at the ramen stand. I'm just saying. So yeah, pretty good. And of course, by the end here, we have Kawaki, who is ready to, you know, get his offensive powers unlocked to the maximum. So I'm curious in terms of what, well, Amado is going to say, what the discussion is going to be like between, you know, Kawaki and Amado here. Amado still is like that wild card, if you ask me. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to go. So yeah, all in all, I thought it was a solid chapter. I don't know, what did you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts because this was pretty good. This was pretty good. Yo, Shikamaru cool still, that dog. Cool. Become friends with them and then betray them. That's crazy, fam. So, given the nature of, you know, humans, because as much as Shinobi wanted to like be like these heartless, cool, etc., they're still humans at the end of the day. So, given like putting those emotions into play, making that relationship with them, like it could give rise to some failures, like unexpected results. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this, maybe some of these divine trees, like if it's a case where some phenomenon comes about and they can survive without the Thorn Soul Bulb, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them like become like their own characters that just live like until the end of the story. Bruh. Bruh. Yo, Konohamaru winning with this chapter now. Winning! So, yeah. But all in all, I thought, let me see, where did we end last year? I don't even remember. Or where did we start this year? Oh, I'm gonna just look it up. List of Boruto Two Blue Vortex chapters. Chapter 5, I think. Alright, so last year we ended on chapter 5. I don't think, yeah, the sign isn't gonna allow me to go to chapter 5 here. Hold on. Boruto TBV chapter 5. Okay, so chapter 5 was some of the Boruto and Sasuke flashback with code, yada yada yada. Sasuke turned to his final form. Yada yada yada. Ishiki. I'm on realizing Boruto appearing. Okay, cool. Alright, so I mean, what more is there to say? Great chapter. Funny, comedic. I'm looking forward to Boruto Two Blue Vortex 2025. It should be interesting to say the least. Especially with the setup that we have in dealing with these antagonists. But again, as I said, I think because of the nature of these antagonists, we should probably expect some final villains, well, more villains beyond Jura, etc., etc. So I'm waiting to see how it's going to play out. Again, this arc, at the very least, I am expecting to get Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan, because when shit hits the fan, which it inevitably will, we're gonna have to, you know, fight it out for the most part. But the fact that these Shinju are connected, they're, you know, one entity technically, but they have their own individuality. Given the nature of things here, I'm wondering if, you know, some of them are just going to, like Jura, like I get what you're going for, but I want to do things this way. Maybe Hidari might want to do things that way. I'm wondering if he'll eventually get to that point. So let's see how it plays out for the most part. And you know, the interesting thing as well, apart from them being, you know, more or less newborns, so to speak, it kind of plays off that, you know, like before it was ninja versus cyborgs, and now it kind of feels like the cunning and the way of life of the ninja is being put to the test again when it comes on to, you know, dealing with these extraterrestrial elements. So that's also interesting when I think about it. Wait, see me now? Oh, go on, man. Welcome to the stream. We already finished reading the chapter. I'm pretty much more or less finished making my jokes. You can definitely, you know, rewind in the stream to, you know, get my jokes. Yeah, and I mean, no pressure, man. No pressure. I mean, the streams are available like right away either way, so you can always just rewatch and comment. So no pressure, no pressure. So yeah. Well, but the basic gist, since you're late, the point is, I'm saying this was a good chapter, not hype, but it was, to me, it was like very funny, very comedic. I think it kind of calls back to previous themes from the Naruto series in a very nuanced way. I think I'd rate this chapter, I think I'd rate it like maybe like a 7.5, maybe an 8 at tops. Definitely a decent chapter, I would say. And again, I don't think it's like up to this point there's been like a bad chapter. I don't think any chapter of Two Blue Vortex has been below like a 6 for me. Yeah, because I mean, there's always the issue when if you're getting a chapter with like just exposition and maybe it does not feel action heavy, and then you know, that there's a whole, you know, monthly thing in the back of your head for the wait time. It's like, yeah, it can be like, it can almost like border on like, not necessarily a good chapter, but I thought this was good. Like, from the fact that we're seeing that Sarada isn't focused, the things that Sumeri said to her like resonated with her and it's distracting her. The fact that, you know, I wasn't expecting Mayuri and Ryu to like be be characterized and just be how they are in this chapter at all. I think it's very engaging, very fun, very comedic, if you ask me. A rare Konohamaru W. You know, we joke about Konohamaru as well. Even though, you know, Araya and Yodo didn't really do much this chapter, their dialogue kind of paints a picture of like what their dynamic is going to be. For the most part, they don't seem like they're gonna be flat, even though if it's might be just cliche team banter. You know, we're kind of starting to paint something with their character. Again, the funny part with, you know, Matsuri here, the implication that, you know, Moegi would have feelings for Konohamaru by proxy. Shikamaru totally in character and standing out, making a distinction between him and Naruto, which we already know, but it's good to always see it in terms of how Shikamaru is going about things. Kind of definitely that Tobirama Danzo-S type of character, but his plan at the same time kind of, you know, it's not that we're in the time of like where we were hammering that ninja need to be like this stone cold killer hardcore type of deal. The ninja of the modern era, I would say, aren't really like that. They've already, I would say, figuratively, metaphorically evolved from that way of life or that type of culture when it comes on to being a shinobi, right? You know, callbacks to like Naruto talking to Zabuza in terms of, you know, if I get strong, will I be like you? How it means to like operate as a ninja. The whole, you know, will I abandon my friends? Am I scum, or, you know, those who follow the rules? It kind of feels like it's playing on those themes from OG Naruto with Shikamaru's plan, but at the same time where the modern culture of shinobi are and the nature of the evolved Shinju as well. So it kind of feels like it's setting the foundation for shit to hit the fan, because the characters involved will definitely become, because of where they are in their development or evolution, like they'll definitely become emotionally invested, and by extension will become emotionally invested, whether it be through comedy or like you generally feel like bad for these characters, which is good. So I think all these things I'm just listing out here, I think is definitely adding up to make this chapter really good, right? What else am I missing? So it's interesting, and of course we still have Kawaki in the background with Amado, so it just feels like the plot is going. It's still progressing. It's not slowing down per se. Jura being funny, needs to do the ramen stand. What else am I missing? The nuance there with the implication with the conversation here between Kashin Koji and Boruto, right? The fact that Koji didn't give him a percentage of failure, I'm wondering if in the future he saw one or two characters are supposed to die or get heavily injured for the sake of the success of the mission, because again, they've kind of emphasized or re-emphasized that, yeah, we can't really tackle these guys head on. We have to use a kind of strategic, like roundabout way to kind of get them, right? So I'm kind of wondering if that's the case, because again, these characters shouldn't be strong enough to really take these like Matsuri and Ryu. So, you know, it's the implication, like reading between the lines. So I'm kind of wondering if that's the case. So all of that considered, that is my review, my my blurb in terms of what made this chapter really good, really and truly. I like how you're mixing like the good guys or the bad guys. Like, they're going to be friends with Shinju, and then later we wouldn't. Shinju isn't really evil; he just have a lot of power, so come around his team. Have to look out for that. That with Ryu and Matsuri. Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. But again, because of that, I'll just repeat. I just feel like because of the nature of the characters, even though it could go to shit, like, oh, Konohamaru, how could you? Like, because of this, I'll definitely have to destroy the world. It could be like it could be like that at some point, but I think because of the nature of them, they will probably get some more villains beyond beyond the Shinju. But I'll try to make a dedicated video about that. Hopefully for this weekend. Hopefully. So yeah. So that's my 2 cents. But yo, we're coming down to the end of the year, fam. And you guys, if you've been around a while, you know I need to try to reach out to the rest of the guys. Hopefully they're available for the day I'll decide on. But that 5-hour annual last subscriber stream, let's see if we can make it happen again. I don't know. I'm thinking I definitely, as per usual, I definitely don't want to do it like on New Year's Eve, obviously. But maybe like on the 30th, like maybe like Monday night. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, great year for Boruto. Despite the fact that I don't think we'll be getting any Boruto or Naruto news at Jump Festa tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, so we'll see. 2025 is going to be interesting to say the least. So yeah. But anyway, I've been streaming for 50 minutes, little over. I think this is a nice viewing time for, you know, persons who will be, you know, viewing the stream after the fact. So that's going to be, you know, I think it's a good place to, you know, call it a night for the stream. So guys, respect for coming out for this reaction review. I had a lot of fun with this chapter, I'm not gonna lie. I still need to know what Jura is doing for money. Where is he getting it? Did Ishiki have a stash? I need to know. Yo. So yeah. And alright, man, no pressure. Guys, thanks for coming out. Leave a like. Be sure to share out this stream. We've been stuck between, you know, 3,000 and 3,100 subscribers for a while. I want to at least hit 3,100 before the end of the year. So let's see what can happen. So yeah, share it out, leave a like, comment. Let's up the interaction. So yeah, hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you in the next Boruto TBV, well, 2025, or before that. We'll see you in the end of year subscriber stream. So yeah, stay safe, guys. I'll see you in the next one.